morning, Barstow, and welcome to BTVN. I'm Erin Pryor.
And I'm Nora Larson. Erin, how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good. I got to relax, and the girls' basketball team did a workout together through Zoom, so that was really fun.
To start with some announcements, Barstow will be closed and will continue with online learning for the rest of the academic year. Announcements about the last day of school and other events will be made soon.
If you have any questions about online learning or you want to stay updated with administrative news, you can go to the COVID-19 resources and information page on the Barstow website. Also, Mr. Foster will be giving updates at the town hall meeting on Thursday at 4. Now, let's check out this piece I made about the best foods to buy for when you are stuck in quarantine. Hey everyone, today I'm going to share with you the best foods to buy for when you're stuck at home. While we're all in quarantine and cannot go to the grocery very often, I decided to research the best foods to buy when you do get a chance to go to the grocery. Now, before I start, it is important to remember that we shouldn't just panic and buy a bunch of supplies from the stores, because it's completely unnecessary. However, when you do get a chance to go, here are some good foods to have around during quarantine. Number 1, shelf-stable milk such as pasteurized milk, soy milk, and almond milk will stay good for a long time. Number 2, peanuts and peanut butter are great because they have a lot of protein. Number 3, make sure to get canned foods, including canned fruits and vegetables, as well as canned soups and canned beans. Number 4, pastas, rice, and also cereal are good to have around. And lastly, number 5, it is important to have your favorite foods around to make sure you stay happy during quarantine. So make sure to get your favorite sweets and snacks, as long as you don't have too much junk food, of course. So the next time you go to the grocery store, go ahead and pick up these items, of course, only in the amount that you need. Thanks for watching Barstow, and stay healthy and safe.
For lunch fee refunds, please fill out the form in the email sent last Friday by no later than April 24th.
During this time, make sure you're going outside and getting exercise. If you have been staying active, please send a video to Nora, and if you have any cute videos of your pets, send those to Liddy. Speaking of getting exercise, let's check out another at-home workout from Trainer Scott.
For these stretches, we're going to target the muscles of the neck, back, chest, and muscles that cross the hip joint. These muscles are typically affected by poor posture and from being in the same position for extended periods of time. For each stretch, we're going to hold for 30 seconds. Upper trap stretch. Place your right hand on the right side of the chair, left hand over top of your head, give yourself a gentle overpressure, and hold that for 30 seconds, doing it on both sides. Posterior capsule stretch of the shoulder. You're going to take your right arm across your chest, give yourself some overpressure with your left hand. You'll feel stretch in the posterior capsule on the back side of the shoulder. Inferior capsule stretch. You're going to place the right hand over top of your back, behind your head, like you're trying to scratch your back. Gentle pull with your left hand. Feeling a stretch in the inferior capsule and the tricep. Pec stretch. For the pec stretch, you're going to put your arms directly out to the side of you with your palms facing forward. You're going to close in front, open, making sure we're working on our posture, squeezing our shoulder blades, and targeting the chest muscles, okay, the pec muscles in the front of the chest. Forward chair bend stretch. Going to place your feet shoulder width apart. You're going to bend forward, reach down, touch your toes, touch the ground if you can. If you're really flexible, you can reach your hands in between the chair, in between your legs. For the next stretch, we're going to do a hamstring stretch. For this stretch, you're going to place your left heel on the inside of your right knee. You're going to bend down with both hands, touch your toes, both hands. And we'll repeat that on both sides. For this stretch, we're going to be stretching our quads. For the quad stretch, you can use your yoga mat if you have one. You're going to be on your side, your top leg. You're going to pull back, your heel to your bottom, and you're going to feel a good stretch in the front of the thigh. We'll do that on both sides. And for the last stretch, we're going to do a child's pose or salutation stretch. For this exercise, you're going to be in a all fours position. Your butt's going to be sitting back on your heels. You're going to reach forward as far as you can. You're going to feel it in your lats and also in the muscles that cross your low back. And we'll hold that stretch for 30 seconds. Thanks for joining us for Stay-at-Home Exercises with Trainer Scott. Stay tuned next week for our next episode on BTVN.
In some exciting news, BTVN got to meet online with 41 Action News anchor Lindsay Shively yesterday to ask questions about the modified news delivery format.
How do you communicate with your coworkers since you can't really be in the same building as them and making sure everything runs smoothly?
Right. We have a conference call for the morning show now every morning at 3:30 a.m. and kind of talk about how the day's going, and the reporters say what their stories are going to be about, and just anything different in the show, the live interviews we have in the show. And then we also have a post meeting, which we usually have after the 6 o'clock hours over. We have that on a conference call too. But that's been actually really helpful. It's interesting how in person you might miss something, but when you're plugged into the phone, you hear what every single person has to say. So it's been pretty good. It's a good question. And then we have the same thing that my IFB is plugged into. The producer talks to me. You do have to get pretty streamlined with a request, or if you have to say something, because it might have to travel to a couple people now. Because the producers, the one producer is in-house, maybe two are in-house. Several of them are producing from their homes on laptops. They can get onto a website that shows different views. Like they can see the prompter, they can see the previews, and they can see like my shot in my kitchen, to see what I'm doing. But yeah, a lot of people are working remotely now. And the reporters don't come in the building anymore. They are teamed up with a photographer, and they meet them outside the building, and then they go off to tell their story.
Thanks again for taking the time out of your day to meet with us. We really appreciate it. Moving on, let's check out a piece by Maddie Bauman telling us how we can volunteer from home.
Hey Barstow, as you know, community service hours is something that's really important and it's necessary to graduate, but it's kind of hard to go out and get community service hours right now, but we still need to find ways to help our community during this time. So I'm going to be providing you some ways that you can do community service while still practicing social distancing. With unemployment rates skyrocketing because of the coronavirus, many families are finding themselves needing food from food banks. Food bank we all know and love is Harvesters, and although they're not letting children into the warehouse currently, there's many ways that you can help from home. I know some people have picked up gardening over Corona break, and if this is the case, then there is a great opportunity for you with Harvesters. If you're like our family and grow way too many cucumbers and or tomatoes, Harvesters is accepting garden donations, and you can donate your food without coming in contact with people, so you can still practice social distancing. So this is a great opportunity if you have started a garden or are thinking about starting a garden. Extra food can be donated to Harvesters, and you're helping the community so much by doing that. If you want to donate food but don't have a garden, next time you go to the grocery store or order groceries, pick up a couple more canned foods that can stay a while without going bad, and you can donate those off at the warehouse as well without coming in contact with workers. If you're more of a creative person and would like to take the craft route, there are 2 projects that you can do and donate to Harvesters. First one is making cards. You could do 10 cards for 1 hour, up to 8 hours, and get community service that way. Just write cards and donate them to Harvesters. Just make sure there's no religious messages on them. The next crafty project is making these pot holders. If you're anything like I was as a child, you probably still have the loom and made many of these. If this is the case, this is an incredible opportunity for you. If you did not make these pot holders, you can order the loom off of Amazon, and WikiHow has a how to make pot holders with pictures, so you can follow that as well. You can make 10 pot holders for 10 hours, and I guarantee you these things do not make 1 hour to make. So this is another opportunity if you are a more crafty person. All of these projects are a great way to get community service while also donating to a cause that is very timely and is in desperate need of all the help they can get. If you do go and do these projects, be sure to let us know at Stowe TV. Thank you, Maddie. Well, that's all we have for you today. I'm Nora.
And I'm Erin. Have a great day, Barstow, and make sure to watch our next show this Thursday.